Cristiano Ronaldo's pet project to create a luxurious new luxury hotel in Paris has been plagued by delays and may not open for another 4 years, according to Mail Online. The £53 million four-star hotel on the left side of the Seine near the Austerlitz railway station was supposed to open in 2021, so it will be at least 6 years late when it eventually opens. The hotel, which will have 210 rooms, a rooftop bar, and a pool with breathtaking views of the French capital, has just recently begun construction. When it should have opened, the renowned Portuguese player was still playing for Juventus. He has now returned to Manchester United, with whom he had a falling out, and is currently playing in Saudi Arabia, where he will almost definitely retire when it fully opens its doors. According to reliable sources, the COVID epidemic and lockdown were other factors in the delay. The delays must be a shock to Ronaldo, who was supposedly personally involved in this project, and if he's long retired when it opens, it may not draw the same worldwide attention as a great at the top of his powers would have either, said a Paris hotel industry source. The Pestana Group, a Madeira-based tourism and leisure multinational that is collaborating with Ronaldo's CR7 brand on the hotel in a 50-50 collaboration, unveiled the 2021 launch objective 5 years ago. The delays are said to have been caused in part by a public investigation initiated by the hotel plan's application in May 2019 and subsequent objections by local lawmakers. When it ultimately opens, Cristiano's first in France and sixth in the globe will be with his partners at the Pestana Hotel Group, which is owned by rich Denisio Pestana and established by his father Manuel. However, it will be delayed until at least 2027, a year after the next World Cup, when the football star will almost surely have retired from his dazzling international and club career and his longtime adversary Lionel Messi will have left current club Paris Saint-Germain. It has been regarded as the biggest Pestana CR7 hotel to date, having originally opened on Cristiano's home island of Madeira 7 years ago before extending to major cities Lisbon, Madrid, New York, and Marrakesh. The hotel is part of the Austerlitz A7A8 project, which will ultimately comprise a business park, student housing, shops, and 2,000 bicycle parking spots. Cristiano, who is facing demands to leave Saudi Arabia, where he currently plays football, after seeming to reply to opposing supporters' Messi chants on Tuesday night by grasping his crotch, announced his new hotel will open in 2021. It makes perfect sense for the Pestana CR7 brand to be established in Paris, one of the world's most visited cities. It's a place that perfectly mixes the brand's elegance and class. The delay means that the world's highest-paid athlete, who signed for Saudi side Al Nassr after his explosive Piers Morgan interview made him a Man United outcast late last November, will have moved into the massive new family mansion he is having built in Quinta de Marinha near Lisbon long before the first guests can check in. Building expenses for Cristiano's new Portuguese mansion, which will be his primary retirement residence with wife Georgina Rodriguez and their children, have allegedly risen to roughly £17 million due to his drive for perfection and the rising cost of materials. However, it is projected to be completed by this summer. According to one well-placed source, the bureaucratic snags that have delayed the Paris hotel's inauguration have been fully ironed out, and there is no possibility that the new date will be pushed again. Ronaldo will not be the first footballer to own a hotel. Former Manchester United colleagues Gary Neville and Ryan Giggs are the driving forces behind Hotel Football, which is located in the shadow of Old Trafford. Cristiano has ventured into the hair transplant and gym sector in addition to developing hotels with the Pestana Group and growing his property empire with home and apartment acquisitions in Spain and Portugal in recent years. His net worth is reported to be £362 million, and his contract with his new club is for an eye-watering £175 million a year. Although his sister Elma Aveiro announced the closing of the Madeira clothing company CR7 named after the striker earlier this year, it had no effect on online sales of CR7 branded clothing and accessories. Georgina, 29, also has a bright future ahead of her after rising from a £10 an hour store clerk to a household brand with approximately 50 million Instagram followers in the 7 years since the famous couple met and began dating.